Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Just got through saying all this, but we weren't recording. Now we are. Okay. Coach Bolster, Coach Tanner. Unfortunately, we are not getting to have our normal meeting in person that we have to go over our rules and our guidelines and all that kind of stuff this year. And this year, we've got a lot of different rules and guidelines due to the COVID. We've got UIL guidelines to follow and like CDC and a bunch of stuff.
TEA, bunch of
TEA,
letters.
yeah, all the acronyms. We've got to follow that. So, Coach Tanner's going to explain most of it. I'll probably jump in here and there because that's what I do. And after you watch the whole video, we're hoping we answer all your questions. If you still have questions, please feel free to email us. You should have our emails: cbolser, CBOLSER @nederlandisd.org, Tanner, just like it sounds, @nederlandisd.org. Anyway,
here we go. All right, so Monday is today, and on Thursday will be our first game. We're traveling to Port Neches Middle School, so their guidelines are first come, first serve, but 7th grade only first. So our 7th grade A and B team, your parents will get to come in, purchase tickets. You must have a mask and check for your symptoms at home. So self-monitor if you feel sick, if you have any of the fever or the cough or any of all that stuff, then please avoid being out in public.
Stay home.
Stay home. 7th grade will play first at 4:30. It'll start with 7th grade B. So 7th grade B parents, you're probably going to want to be there between 4:15. Game starts at 4:30. They're going to let in all of the 7th grade parents. At the end of the game, all 7th graders need to leave with their parents.
Bye-bye.
We understand things happen and they may not be able to leave with their parents. We will still have a bus to bring them back, but they're asking that they not stay and hang out like we normally request.
I know how we're going to do the sign out. Sorry.
So
I'll talk about that.
7th grade, you'll come first, 4:30. A team follows at around 5:30 ish. We play 2 out of 3 sets, so you got to win 2 of them. You got to win by 2, so get ready for a fun and exciting day. 8th graders, your parents get to show up. We're going to send out a remind or have you send out a text that we're getting ready to start 8th grade because you're going to have to wait in your car, and then you're going to go wait in their cafeteria, which is on the outside of their gym. You're going to walk in after 7th grade parents have cleared out, and then you'll be able to sit and enjoy your children. We're asking this season for our home games and our away games that after your child plays, you take them with you. As much as we would love for them to get to stay and support their friends, COVID doesn't allow that. There's going to be sectioned off parts of the bleachers. There's going to be regulations. You've got to sit 6 feet apart. If you come in, like if we come in together, we can sit together, but then the next group's got to sit 6 feet from us. You've got to wear your mask the whole time. Your kids, we're checking on our order, but we ordered them gaiters. That way they can pull them down if they need to or they choose to, but they can leave them up as well. And it's something that is a little bit breathable, and we're not cross-contaminating by handing off a mask when they enter or exit the court.
While they're on the court, they do not have to wear it. I guess they're allowed to.
They're allowed to. It's their option that they can choose not to. So that's
going to be harder to breathe.
Family decision that y'all can make.
On the bench, they have to wear it. It's required. During warm-up, they have to wear it, correct? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. And then, can I tell them about the sign-out? I just thought of this, and I think this will be easiest. Okay, so you know how last year, like you 8th graders know about last year, whenever you were taking your child with you from an away game, we asked you to sign the sign out sheet. So we sent a manager over to you with a clipboard and a paper, and you had to initial by your kid's name. Well, we're not going to do that this year because we don't want to have transferring the paper and the pen to a whole bunch of different people. So at the end of 7th grade, I'm going to send out a remind to 7th grade saying, respond to this if you're bringing your child home. And then I have it set to where you can respond to me. And so just, you'll respond to that. I'm taking little Susie. I'm taking
Sally.
Yeah, Sally. And then that way, whenever we get on the bus, we can look and check. Also, and then after 8th grade, I'll send out another one to the 8th grade people. And if you're taking your kid and you're just going to respond to it, I'm taking little Susie, I'm taking Sally. Same deal. So, since we need as many people, this sounds horrible. This is not our choice, but we need as many people as possible to leave after they finish playing. And that's all the COVID stuff. I promise it's not us. We want you there. Because of this, if I'm not able to go watch my kid, but my best friend is going to watch her kid, I can send a note with my kid saying, hey, she's going to ride home with Mrs. Little Susie, and then that'll be okay. But we have to have that note at school by the time we get on the bus to leave on Tuesday. So we have that note saying Susie's riding home with Sally, and then Sally's mom says, I have Susie and Sally. We're covered. We're good to go. I hope that makes sense. You can send a note with your kid to ride home with another parent. If none of those things are an option for you, then they're going to have to stay, and nobody's going to kick them out. We're just trying to do the best we can to follow guidelines, keep your kids safe, and do all that. So,
and still get to play.
Right. We want to keep the season going. We definitely don't want to have to cancel anything. We want as many games as possible.
This year is something different. So all of our home games, due to capacity and the numbers that we have on our teams, will be played in the Dome Gym at Nederland High School. So on the schedule that you got, we're going to play in the Dome Gym at Nederland High School. There are some Saturday games. Those will start at 9 a.m. So we will let your child know on that Thursday and Friday what time to be there and how many games there are going to be. The Dome Gym has way more capacity than our gym. We were told that our gym here at Central would probably be at 50% capacity with 36 people. So with that being said, it's a crazy number to make sure that we're where we need to be. So we were able to use the Dome Gym at the high school. You will enter on the common area, the sidewalk that is from the parking lot from the PAC Center. That's the green roof building. And
Performing Arts Center.
It says Performing Arts. So you'll enter the Dome Gym through that sidewalk across from the PAC Center.
When you're standing in the parking lot looking at the PAC Center,
it's going to be to your right.
You can't miss it. It's a big dome roof, and there's an awning leading up to the door, and
that will be your entrance. Your child will be separated from you.
Right. Look to the right. When you're looking at the PAC, look to the right.
Your child will be separated from you. We're having to monitor this to make sure that there is no crossing over with spectators and hanging out over in areas that would lead to more people. So your child is going to need to stay with us, sit with us, be with us till after their game. They're going to need water bottles. We're going to do our best to provide water for them, but as far as water bottles, if you send your child with one, we're going to try to find a way to fill it up for them. Those are CDC guidelines that...
They can be like this or like the Hydro Flask with a lid.
It has to have a lid.
That seals. This is not going to be okay because it's going to spill. It can spill. So either something like this or, the ones with it's got to have a lid on it that completely closes.
They're asking that it be a first come, first serve. So if you're an 8th grade parent, again, we love the fact that you want to support our program, but give those 7th grade parents a chance to get to watch their child and then show up a little bit later. We know that y'all are all friends in different ages and different grade levels, but make sure that if you're an 8th grade parent, allow those 7th graders and their parents to be able to be there to watch their child because of the limited quantity of seats that we have available. You remember what it's like to get to watch your child for the first time, and we want to share that with everybody. We are in a new district, so we will play Port Neches on Thursday. We will be at Port Neches Middle School. All the directions have been sent home with your child with the schedule. If you cannot find them, they are also on the Google Classroom on the stream. They are on our webpage underneath Central Athletics. And we have hard copies that your child can take a picture of and send to you.
Yeah, I have them hanging on the wall in the gym behind my desk. And I told the kids, so if you can't find it or whatever, remind your child to take a picture of it because it's hanging up and yeah.
So on the schedule, there is something that says B team combo. So with our new district,
this is exciting. Well, it's like a bad situation, but the way we fix the bad situation, it's kind of exciting.
So with the B team combo, some of the teams in our district do not have B teams. So on your schedule, it says 7th grade B, 7th grade A, or it says 7A, 8A B team combo. With the B team combo, we are going to do Twisted Tuesdays for those weeks, and we're going to put all of our B team kids' names into a randomizer, and we're going to split them equally, 7th graders and 8th graders, and then they're going to inter-squad and play each other with 7th grade and 8th grade mixed together. That way they don't miss out on a game. So with this, we're each going to coach a team, and we're going to play, and we're going to see who does what. So
it's going to change every week.
It's going to change every week.
Because we are not choosing. We're not even drawing out of a hat. Like, we're legit going to use an app on the computer and randomly pick it. Our only stipulations is we want to have as close to an even number of 7th and 8th graders on each team. And
on the court, they're going to play 3 7th grade and 3 8th grade. Mm-hmm. So it'll be staggered where 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. That way, if a 7th grader comes out, a 7th grader's going in. If an 8th grader's coming out, an 8th grader's going in. Just to keep everything as close to possible in that order.
We'll talk more about that. Just because of and the only reason I say that is because volleyball 7 is so weird. It's not like basketball 7.
Right.
Like that's different. So everybody's going to get to play. Everybody's going to get as close to equal playing time as possible.
And as close to equal games.
Correct. But we're going to talk about, because I can't
exactly how it's
right.
Like
work. It may not be, because if I have a 7th grade middle hitter and an 8th grade middle hitter, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll talk about it. It'll be fine.
So if you guys have any questions, please, again, email us. We're trying to make sure that we've covered everything the best that we can. As far as ticket prices, it's going to be $3 for adults, $2 for students, and I believe BISD said that children under 5 get in free. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're going with. So anticipate children under 5 free, and then $2 and $3.
For probably grandparents and things, 65 and older, if you got the gold card from NISD, at least at the varsity games, they're not accepting those this year. You still have to pay.
So
I don't know why.
Also, coaching passes I don't believe are good either. And the only reason is because of ticket counts. We've got to account for everybody that is going into the building. Sanitation will be used. The facility will be cleaned before you enter. It will be cleaned once we leave. And in between every game, there will be a spray, and we will spray the balls down. We will Germex the kids. We will make sure that everything's wiped down and cleaned to the best of our ability. With the water situation, we will have either our trainer or a coach present that will stand there and fill up the bottle. It will not be your child allowed to go to fill up the bottle. Your child is not allowed to go over to the concession stand. So if you send them money, they can't go over there. They can't intermix with any of the spectators.
Yeah.
That's per UIL,
Yeah,
just to try to prevent the virus spread as much as possible and to allow us to play.
And with that being said, they're not going to be able to go over and like say hi to you before they play.
And give you a little wave.
They've got to stay over here in the team area, and you're going to have to stay over here in the spectator area. Now, once the game's over,
they will grab their things and go.
We're going to talk to them. We're going to have the little coaches talk first. Then they'll grab all their stuff, and then they'll head over to the spectator area, at which point you will take them and leave, and you'll send us the little message, hey, I've got, Joe Blow, but Jody Blow. I don't know.
On away games, we do feed your child. So if there are specific allergies, like peanut allergies, please let us know that in the email. We also have access to that on the physical and through the nurse's office. But again, it's always a good reminder
Just let us know.
to just let us know, just in case. We typically try to do Domino's pizza. So if your child has like a gluten, a tomato allergy, cheese allergy, milk allergy, something like that, let us know, because we're going to do our best to give them something else to substitute.
Right. We're not going to let them starve.
We're not going to let them starve. But with the whole not being able to go to the concession stand, we're probably going to end up eating a lot of pizza this season, just because it's the safest way to feed your child and make sure that they have plenty of food. We'll also be able to give them at least one bottle of water.
I can't share pizza this year. Sorry.
So, is there anything else you can think of?
I wanted to touch on the bus riding situation in case any of you are concerned about that. I've been driving for high school volleyball, and the way it's done is the little wipes that we were using. You can ask your child about them. It's almost like a Clorox wipe. We've been using that to disinfect the balls. We have a big tub of those wipes on the bus, or if for some reason the wipes aren't on there, we have the spray on the bus. So when so we get on the bus, it's already disinfected. When I get to Port Neches, okay, everybody gets off the bus. Well, if we have the wipes, I pass the tub back, and everybody wipes down their own seats. So it's when we get to Port Neches, it's all wiped down. Then when we leave Port Neches and come back home, it's all wiped down again. And then I go back with the spray at that point and spray everything just to double ensure that it's been disinfected. So, and we're not allowed to use the air conditioner. Please don't start griping. This is really for your child's safety. And yes, sometimes it gets hot, but parents, when we were their age, we rode buses and we didn't have air conditioning. So I promise it's going to be okay. We don't travel more than, I'd say, 30 minutes max away, and probably not even really quite that far. We're going to Beaumont and Port Arthur is the farthest. All the windows will be down, no air conditioning, and that's so that it's not just recirculated air going around and around. We'll seat the students far apart. Like there's a number. They say 2 students to a seat. If we can make it less than that, that's better. But according to all the guidelines that we're having to follow, 2 students to a seat. Again, masks on the whole time. Germex. Yeah, we're all Germexing like crazy. But I just wanted to kind of reassure you that on the bus rides, precautions are being taken. And some of them are inconvenient and maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but I think being uncomfortable for 30 minutes is better than the alternative. So,
which is no season.
Right. Yeah.
Because of all of this COVID stuff and regulations, we are not having or hosting any tournaments this year, because we cannot have more than 1 to 2 schools at locations, and cross-contamination is a big issue. So on your schedule, there are no tournaments. Those Saturday games are going to be played 1 game. So if I'm a 7th grade A player, I will play 9 o'clock on a Saturday and be done. It's not an all day Saturday. It's not a Friday Saturday. So because of COVID, there are no tournaments. It's single games. And the same rules as our Thursday games will be followed on Saturday, just at whatever location we've been scheduled to. So we're sorry this was late and that it was rushed. We hope that we've made it as clear as possible. We're going based off of the guidelines that we have. Remember, first come, first serve. 7th grade plays first. So if at all possible, 7th grade starts at 4:30 or 5:30. Make sure that we're not trying to overlap with our 8th grade parents getting there and taking up a room where somebody misses out on seeing their child.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to go over this with the 7th graders in practice tomorrow, but parents, just so you're aware and you can maybe help
reinforce.
Yeah, this to your kids. So on Thursday, on game day, the 7th graders are going to get out of last period a little bit early. I can't give you an exact time right now because my brain's not thinking. But they will miss a small portion of last period so that we can leave and be there, in time. So your student is responsible for going to her teacher before Thursday, and saying, hey, I'm going to be leaving early for volleyball tomorrow. What do I need to do for you? Some teachers will be like, it's fine, you're not going to miss anything. Some teachers will be like, we're just going to be working on homework, get it done. Whatever. Some teachers are going to say, well, you're going to miss blah, 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 blah. And it's your student's responsibility to make up blah, 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 blah in a timely manner. Again, I'm going to go over this with the students tomorrow. But if you as parents are aware and you're like, hey, don't forget, get with your teacher. Hey, don't forget, get with your teacher. We just want them to make sure they take care of their business because this is all brand new to those sweet little 7th graders. And I don't want any of them to fall behind or have their grades suffer or anything like that because of this. I mean, it's not a hard process, but it's one they're going to have to learn to remember. They're just going to forget at the beginning. So let's work together and try to remind, and hopefully that'll be good.
We will be sending out shortly the athletic shirt order. The way that the athletic shirt order works is we don't do individual shirts for every sport. We do one shirt as an athletic family, and it always represents something that we're working on during the year. And this year, our word is grit. So when you see your child, ask them what grit means to them. It's a word that they're hearing a lot. Coach Bolster had touched on it in the summer with her YouTube channel and facing uncomfortable situations. And right now, all of this is very uncomfortable, and we want to try to make it as normal and as best as we can. But we will be sending those out. It'll have a Bella sweatshirt option, a long sleeve t-shirt, or a short sleeve t-shirt. It's going to be black with the logo on it.
I'm trying to find the picture of it.
And
we send each other a lot of pictures.
I know that. I have it in my thing.
Well, I have it. I just don't
know. So, as soon as we get the opportunity to get that to you.
Did you send it to us together? Oh, yep, I found it.
Okay. So, our shirt is going to look.
Okay. Hang on. I'm trying to make this. Okay.
So, it says, where grit meets the game, Lady K9 Athletics. So that's spike busting through the shirt, and it represents us and what we're working for. And so those are going to be our options. They'll have youth sizes and adult sizes. We'll get out the pricing list to you as soon as we can, and hopefully get those in as soon as we can to wear them.
They're freaking awesome.
They're school approved, so that your student can wear them. The volleyball uniform, we're going to issue them out, volleyball uniforms, either tomorrow or Wednesday. We ask that when you wash them inside out on cold and hang it up to dry, because if not, then we've got to worry about the fabric.
Well, and everything's going to peel off, and it's
sublimated.
What?
It doesn't have peel.
Well, I don't know. That's what they tell me with soccer and varsity and all that crap, that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm
Go
sorry.
Canines.
I'm sorry.